Hello, everybody. I'm Ines Batura from Foundation Center for Photography, and I have a great honor to tell you about our new project, which has already started a few months ago, but is still going on. So if anybody is interested to join us, you can still do it because it will last till autumn and then till next year. It's No Borders Photography Exhibition Award. It's a big international project. We are involved, five countries, in fact, 5 countries are involved in the project. It's Poland, Ukraine, Slovakia, Czechia, and Hungary. And at the front of the film, you could see the names of our partners. And the project consists of several parts. There are workshops, there are portfolio reviews, there are meetings. As far as for today, it was all online, but we will meet also personally in October during the Photo Art Festival in Bielsko-Biała. You will have the opportunity to meet the jury personally and to talk to them just face to face in a real normal life. And the result of this project will be a group exhibition. We are in the process of selection of the artists. And the winner will be chosen from this group exhibition, and it will be one person who will be offered a solo exhibition. We had also book publishing workshops, and you will see the results, the self-published books, also during the festival in October. So please be with us and follow us and join us still, as I said, because it's still possible to join us as an artist, as an author. You can still submit your works, and you can see more at www.nobordersaward.eu. I will put the website later on downstairs. And today I would like to introduce to you Katarzyna Zolich from Paper Beats Rock, and I welcome her to our studio. Hello, Kasia. How are you? I hope you are fine.
I'm very fine. Yeah, I'm great, and I'm looking forward for the next part of this portfolio review.
Great. So what we are facing today is a portfolio review. Our reviewer is Kasia Zolich from Poland, from Paper Beats Rock, as I said, Foundation. And she will review the photos of a few artists, chosen artists. There are not all that submitted the works to our contest because it would be too long, but we have chosen a few artists that we would like to talk about. And Kasia will tell about their photos and will transmit to you and transfer to you a few tips about photography in general. But before you proceed, please say something more about yourself, about your foundation, what you do, and what are your ideas and your goals, and then we'll proceed to the artists.
Okay, with great pleasure. So thank you again for inviting me and inviting our foundation. We have already participated in the project by organizing a photo book workshop here live in Bielsko-Biała for some of the participants. And I'm very curious how will the dummies look like. So the foundation that I'm representing, Paper Beats Rock, works with in the educational field with visual culture, mostly in the photo book production field. And we are organizing workshops, we are organizing as well festivals of photo books, we're creating podcasts about photography, and we are mostly interested in sequencing, in editing series of photographs. That's why I was invited to review the category series of images for you. And I am personally also responsible for initiating Małe Nakłady, Small Edition. This is an online photo book library that you can access online anytime you want, and you can see both photo books from Poland, mostly self-published, and also photo books from Hungary, and I have some dreams about broadening it into other countries, probably Eastern and Central European ones, such as the countries of our partners, of Czech Republic and Slovakia and Ukraine, hopefully. So that's it about me, and I'm a photographer myself, so I really enjoy looking at the photos of other people.
Okay, so it's your time. It's time for reviewing, but when you are reviewing the photos, please give also us some tips. What is good, what is bad, and just to direct the photographers what they should avoid and what should they follow to be successful in photography, and also to be part of our group exhibition and probably a winner. So it's your time, Kasia. I switch off, but I'm present, and I leave you with the photographs. If you could share the screen, it would be great.
Can you see the photographs now?
Yes. I added to the screen. I added to the screen. So it's your time.
Okay, so first of all, I would like to say that I have chosen some of the series. So this is the second part of the portfolio review for me. We already did one video of the portfolio review, and there were many really great submissions. There are many great submissions, and I have chosen it from the again for the educational reasons, and there are some of them that. Like most of them that we can all learn from, because it's a very well-developed series. So I'm really looking forward for more series to see. So please submit more. And first participant that I have chosen only 6 this time to talk about is. Let me check the name again. Sorry, is Adrienne Jorjan, and she has prepared this little series for us that is both very intimate and documentary as well. And I really like this series for a few particular things. So first of all, from the technical point of view, it's a very good, it's a very well developed series. And although we have different photos, so we have some very personal ones, as you can see. Of course, you cannot see when I'm pointing the finger on it. Sorry. So this is the first photo we are starting here from the beginning, and this is the photograph that has a metaphorical subject, let's say, because, like, first of all, these lines they're depicting someone who has died, for example, or they're depicting some children's play, and there is a shadow going out of the outline. So this is a very metaphorical photo that can say many things. For example, that I'm going out from myself, I am transgressing myself somehow, and this is the series about also. So I won't talk about the text this time, because we have decided with Ines that this portfolio review should be mostly concerned about the visual aspect of the stories. But of course that I have this interest in the series and in the sequencing, so that's why I will be putting a lot of, let's say, pressure or a lot of focus on how the pictures work together. And that's why I'm showing you the pictures in the series here, to show you some kind of an interesting links between these pictures. So first of all, these are doubles. So most of them are pictures of people, like of two objects, and these objects can be like the metaphorical ones as the shadow and the outline, but there are also like two people on the photo, or people with the mask on the photo, or people, when you can see here, that are covered with some layer that is actually not showing us the particular like portraits, but it's showing us the relation between them. And visually, the visual style is really strong here, because first they are aesthetic, so there are limited colors. There's this repetition of masks, for example. There's this repetition of a color of black outfit and a black dog. There's this repetition of the outfit again, and here this is a beautiful photo. So, and the beautiful photo using also out of like using the lack of focus. So I would like to show you the photos individually. Sorry, because we are going from the, okay. Let's start here. And they have this this kind of feeling of being both documentary and creative at the same time, by using layers, by using composition, and also by using this is like a kind of a regular thing, but if they weren't dressed, they would like so this is about like the connection about, I don't know, mother and daughter, or sisters, or whatever connection we can actually suggest. Also, there are some interesting other interesting links, and you can see this little children's play here that is actually with strings. So there are also the strings and links within the series itself. So we have this this image of a couple, this image of a wedding, and then we have probably the same couple here. So this is a photo taken by the author, but there is the same kind of a layer, the same kind of an object that actually tells us more about like that this couple has survived, and that this couple also will I don't know, pass away, and will be a picture, and she's creating a picture. So I don't want to interpret too much, but I just want to cover some of the layers that this project has. So I think this is a very good one, and this is a very good example. Once again, I would like to show you all the photos. This is a very good example of a photo project, but it's still, for me, it's really strong in this personal message. It also looks a little bit like a diary between fiction and reality. But what I like, and probably if we had, if the series was extended, or probably it is extended, but we have just this amount of the submitted works was allowed. So if the series was extended, I would really like to see more details. Maybe some kind of a white scene that is showing us the environment, maybe something that is more like some kind of a landscape would be nice as well. So because from this point of view, it's really coherent what we can see, but if we would like to expand it, yeah, I would really appreciate this kind of images in between this strong strong photographs. And also I am wondering about the medium that it will be shown. So I think Adrian has already thought about it, but this is interesting for me to see if this will be an exhibition or a book, and in the book how will she use the relation between the photographs that she has already created visually here. Like here, if this will be together, would it be too much or not? How will the doubles work? What is the relation between this color and this color, for example? So there are many questions, and but the project in general is something that I would like to stress. Like I would like to stress about that. It's a very good and very well developed project that I would like to see in some kind of a medium, in some kind of a book in the extended form. Okay, so let's stop with Adrienne. Let's move to another participant. Adrienne is from Hungary. Thank you, Adrienne, for sharing your photos. And next participant will be Rota Sorek, and I have chosen the Rota Sorek work because I have chosen these works to be somehow in relation to each other, using similar approach or trying to use the similar approach. Is there all the photos that we have? Yes. So this is a small photo series about some kind of abandoned place. The Rota Sorek is from Poland, and this series is actually I can see that it's at the very beginning. So we have this, we have the exterior, we have the wide perspective on the place. We have the interior, let's say, like in the bigger perspective, and we have some details. And first of all, like the main question is, what is this project about? Is this only a documentary about like a little abandoned space, or is this something more? Because there are some photos that would suggest that we can actually take this project on another level and show something more, because for now this is like the selection is too little to tell something more about the place itself, or like to have some more thoughts about it than only, okay, this is an abandoned place and somebody was living here. Obviously, because we have some clothes left and we have these towels. So for me, the best picture of all of the series is these towels, because we have again, we have both. We have the ruined place, but we have also the traces of people, and the traces of people living here. This is like the towels are about the hygiene. This little desk is about the food. So is this really a shelter for someone? This is the question. And if I have this picture only, it would be very strong. But then when I see all the context, and I know what's going to, like, and I know all the place, I really miss the bigger story in it. So I miss the protagonist, or even if there is no protagonist, I miss the little story that is actually telling us something more about the protagonist, because all of the series, even if they're about architecture, they're about the people, or they're about the society. They have this informational aspect as well. So we have also these two pictures, this one, and sorry. So we have these two pictures, this one and this one. And they're like, of course, this one is also they're like the variations of one photograph. And there's one person who is great in sequencing this kind of photos, and this is, of course, Paul Graham. So I would suggest Dorota to see his works, because we can actually use this kind of works in different formats to show something, and to show like the differentiation, how the environment changes here and here and here, and why these small changes are important. But what is lacking is the bigger context, and and maybe the protagonist. Maybe if we have seen the little portrait, or the other trace, like human traces, like the hand or anything like that, or you could maybe arrange something, or someone else within this space, or extend it with showing some more spaces like this, and deciding on the on what is it about. Is it just one shelter, right? Or is it about the person or people living there? But all in all, the pictures are like, especially this one using the natural light. This is very nice. This one showing us that some, like, I would maybe think about reframing it, like maybe changing a composition a little bit, but this kind of photographs are very strong, using the natural light, using it wisely. Also here, and also here we're having this landscape. Maybe I would then the atmosphere, the soft light, it's good. It would be nice. So also the context of this big house, just it's good that it's taken during the winter. So because there is, like, we can see the context of the big regular house that people are living in, with this little shelter here. But I would think about extending it and about showing something more if it has to work as a series. And if it's not a series, let's choose just one photograph that is actually telling it all. Okay, thank you, Dorota. It's very nice. I hope you will use these tips, and I hope to have some more of your photos here. And let's move to Filip Pietrovic. Filip Pietrovic. Another participant from Poland, who is telling us a little bit more about the youth with the style that it's quite popular at the moment, and I really like it. Philip decided to use the square format, and he's showing us some photographs that are a mix of portraits, places, so we can see like the Polish context. And this is nice that I can actually maybe not especially Polish, but of course I am relating it to Poland because I can see this kind of landscapes around me. But we can see some abandoned places that are used by young people, I don't know, to have fun, to hang out. And there are some, and this is also not some regular portraits of youth, because I have seen this kind of let's say skate projects, because this is the skateboard is also a protagonist here. And I have seen it in a form of a snapshot series, and this series is different because it's more like this photograph, for example. It's more reflective. The photographs are not taken. Are not taken spontaneously, or maybe they are, but they look like they were very well thought and composed. And we have the protagonists, which are young people who are just living around the whole space, the whole like Polish environment, with religion and with culture around them. And especially we have two churches in the series. So the church is also the background for these photographs. I really like that this is the technical approach to this photographs. So these photographs are taken with the flashlight, but it's used in a way that it's not flattening the pictures. There are some objects that are used by the skate culture, I don't know, to make some tricks or whatever, but they're photographed in a way that they are interesting objects. So this is kind of a still life. I really like this one as well. Also, I'm thinking about where is the beginning, where is the end. Of course, this is the limitations of our contest, that you cannot show us the full like display of the photos. And but this series is really strong. Also, with, I didn't mention this picture, where this is kind of a regular story of boys going of boys waiting for the bus in the I don't know, in the maybe not countryside, but what's the name, in the suburbs of the city, right? These are the buses that are going somewhere, that are riding somewhere in the suburbs. If I would like to add something to that, is that yeah, again, like, where is the beginning and where is the end? And except of like telling us like this kind of photos with the context are really nice, but I really like the landscapes as well, the cityscapes and the still life. I would like to see it displayed. It would be really, really interesting. I would like to see some girls as well, and I would like to see some more portraits. So keep up the good work, Philip. Thank you for sharing us this series. It's great. I really love it. Yeah, and let's see maybe more, and let's see some storytelling within it. Actually, there is storytelling with this picture, with this picture even, but maybe something could happen. Maybe we don't have to have only like this still images, because it's actually when I see these photos, I really want something more. I really want to see it move, because they're like although they are in the square format, they are kind of dynamic, or maybe they are not dynamic, but like the subject is dynamic. So this is really a good, like a nice, unexpected mix of the still square format and the very dynamic subject. And this is an interesting attitude. Okay, thank you, Philip. If we have some more time, let's go to Ilka Olja. Ilka Olja is dealing with architecture, and I wanted to say that this subject is really difficult. So first of all, like photographing architecture. To photograph architecture, you need equipment, and you need some special skills, let's say, and you need to have the good perspective, and so although it looks easy, it's not easy. I know something about it, and Ilka Olja just did a great job photographing wielką płytę, we say in Poland, so like this big blocks where so many people live, and she did it, like, technically she did it perfectly. And also, so this is an example of the topological, maybe not topological, but topographical way of photographing. And also some pictures are topographical, so and it looks, when she photographed it with the background of the blue sky behind it, with this very straight lines, it's almost like anti-human and anti-humanistic, because like this is a perfect formal photography, and there is symmetry, and it looks like it was rendered in the 3D program, and that's why it actually depicts this kind of idea that this place is not human, that it doesn't, it's not organic, it doesn't allow us to, I don't know, be together, because it's also about the society, and it's about the people living there, and these numbers photographed, and the comparison of this of these objects, because it becomes like almost an abstract object, is also interesting. So I would suggest to Ilka, because the project is really nice, and it can, like, she can go on with that as long as she wants, but and of course, I hope that she knows the Beher's work. So maybe it would be interesting to actually show it in this topological way, showing a few of these pictures, like this ones together and this ones together in the biggest series that are comparing this these blocks, that even if they are like they seem, or there are different people living there, they're in different locations, they still look the same, and it's impossible like to be the same, right? So this is the also the interesting point, and she's using just few perspectives, like this one and this one, and the perspective from the angle, and it could be nice to show them in a way that it's comparable, so like 4 photos together, for example, and then 1 photo, or is it because she's using there are no organic or other objects, so there are no I don't know, towels and flowers, and there's no trees, there's the sky is always the same, like almost the same color. It would be nice to maintain this kind of approach of being objective and of showing it as an object, and to structure them in some force, for example, and parse, and using this quasi-scientific approach. Thank you, Ilka. This is a very interesting series. I especially like this kind of series. Do we have time, Ines? What time is it? How long am I? Okay. You're muted.
I think that you can still review because
these 2 works.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'm back on track.
Yeah, go back on track.
Let's talk about Jessica Chupa, another participant from Poland. What we have here. Okay, so some photos are doubled. This is not a problem. So we have like smaller selection of photos of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of 7 photographs, and this is a documentary series. Okay, it's taken in black and white. Let's see it. And there is like what Jessica decided to do is to show us the selection of photographs of the environment and of the people living there. So this is some kind of a cohort, yeah. So what we have to say, first of all, like these are nice pictures. So the pictures are taken, so Jessica, you know how to photograph, and this is good. And I like the pictures are black and white, because of that, the whole chaos of the place becomes like the background for the people, because what she's interested about, it's actually the people, and their story and their regular I don't know, actions, how to call it. And also we have like within the 7 photographs, we have some maybe suggestion what is it about. So it's about the people living there in this cohort, and we don't have to guess it, because we already know that there is like the roller coaster there, and the colors might be really, really crazy, especially if this is like a summer location. If she didn't use the black and white, the black and white aesthetics, you could see the project about the summer. But because we can see all of the chaos there. and we have and we have the portraits of the protagonists. They're like taken as a snapshot series. We have the bigger view. Although I like it, like I like especially this portrait that is really close. We have only one very close portrait like this. So it's this guy who is showing us his lips, his tattooed lips, and this is for me this is interesting because okay, these are not my friends, I don't know them, I want to know something more about them, and now I know that you, Jessica, you have the access to this place and you have the access to something interesting to tell me, but you are deciding to show me like the context, you're deciding to show me the interior, and I would like to see more photographs like this compared to this ones. So there is something lacking in this series, and I think this is the portraits, because obviously you know how to photograph and you have the good eye to see like this kind of a film scenes almost, but they're different in the impression that I have from these photos is kind of different from every photo, because sometimes you decide to be an objective observer, like even with this girl, so you're not intruding, you're not an intruder in her space, or here you are looking from the above, like what they are doing, and sometimes you are deciding like you are just in the action or and inside the action, and this is also interesting. But in this I would like to have also the bigger concept, context, and I like to see more photos, although because they are good, and because I would like to know more about the people. I would like to have some more portraits when they are deciding what to show us. When you are not only following them in the reportage style, but you are actually a part of the group, and you're discussing with them what to show. Maybe this is something that I can see within these photos, that you can be very close to them. So I would use this approach, and I would use their opportunity to photograph my friends in a more maybe not intimate, but intimate, and in a closer way. And probably because you have shown these photos, that's why I have this expectation. So Jessica, we want more of your photos. Please submit more series of images, and please use these tips to show us more of your beautiful work. And so Jessica, and the last participant is Yana Sidak, or Sidak. She's the participant from Ukraine, and she wanted to tell us the story about the little sweet story about the cafe somewhere in Ukraine, I don't know where. And I like the series because it's easy, it's smart, it can be used, it can be easily structured from the beginning to the end. But still, I have some tips for you, Yana, because I like your approach. I like that you have chosen the subject, and it's very coherent. You have chosen the subject. There is one protagonist, so this is the lady working there, or the owner, I don't know. But so we have we have everything we need in a small series. So we have the portrait of the lady doing something that she like at work, looking at us. So this is a portrait that it's created intentionally. We have very nice documentation of the work. And I would like to mention that Yana has used a mirror reflection to put something interesting in it. And there is a lady working in the mask. So we know what's happening, and that she's working there as a cashier. And we have like the probably the closing or the break during the work, when she's in the more informal environment, smoking a cigarette next to the door. So these are three portraits. There is the interior here. So there is like and I like the irony of this picture. So there is the Holy Mary surrounded by vodka. We have another detail, which is something that is like some food that they are serving there. We have another detail that I'm not sure that is a nice picture, but I'm not sure. Yeah, so we have the interior as well. And yeah, and we have the context of the buyer, yes, of somebody that is going to this pub, and that is using the what's the name of it? Yeah, something like the visitor or the guest of the pub. And so this is a very small and very smart series. And I would suggest, Yana, that you, so I understand the photograph here. The photograph is of the man. There is something to drink, and he has this tattoo that is depicting like kind of, I don't know, prison, and it's connected to this photo where you have when you also have this kind of prison fence somehow. And I like the using the natural light here. Yeah, so this is a really nice and a smart series about the place. I would like to have some. Probably it's not possible. But it would be nice to have some, like, the overview of the place, to check if the interior is nice as well. Maybe to go in, to have some photograph that is maybe of this kind, but from the outside, and that's why we could, like, go into the photo, or maybe because I like the protagonist, and maybe I could actually see her in some even more informal way, or use some flash to try to somehow I don't know, make a portrait, like a portrait of like the more creative portrait of the person, because I like this one. I would maybe crop it a little bit, but as obviously you have like a strong relationship to the protagonist, so you can play with her a little bit more. And I would love to see more pictures to maybe make like a more not such a good this is not a good, so because this is like a classic series with every element that you need, but maybe we could do something like this one, yeah, so use some more pictures that are distorting, that are showing us something more, some kind of an absurd of the situation. Yeah, but all in all, this is a nice series, and I like that this is so clean, and this is so small, and that this is very compact. So congratulations, Yana, and I would really like to see more of your series or some submissions in the single images category. So yeah, for now, this is it. I really enjoyed looking at your photos. There are many, many more, and hopefully some of them will be reviewed by our reviewers. We have some more reviews scheduled. So if you want to be a part, and if you want to send your photos, you still can, and you can still submit your photographs to the contest, just going to the www.nobordersaward.eu/submit. So there's still a possibility to submit your photographs, to submit your series, to be seen by me and to be seen by other reviewers. We are really looking forward for your photographs, and we are really looking forward for this big exhibition that you will be hopefully part of. Please use these tips and show us something more, and check out these beautiful photographs and the series of the people, because we will put the links to their websites if we have, and follow your colleagues, your fellow photographers from Visegrad countries and from Ukraine. And thank you. This is all from me.
Thank you, Kasia, very much for your portfolio review. I hope that the tips will be valuable for our participants, but not only, maybe also for our future participants. And as you said, you are strongly all welcome to take part in our contest, because a lot of things will be happening, and you will meet great people and great photographers, and you will have a chance to be a part of a really big and fascinating photography group. So yes, please submit your work. You still can. And just to remind you, you've got several categories. It's single image and series image, and you can send your photos in portrait, landscape, documentary, anything else?
Creative. Portrait,
creative,
landscape,
yeah.
documentary,
Yeah.
creative, and document.
Yeah, I said documentary. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you have you can take part in all categories. You can
and
choose
street photo.
And a street photo.
So please do. Bye bye.